Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind Inventary's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and motherfucking responsibilities. Goddamn. Here we got Mercury in another air sign. Now, this the least favorite air sign Mercury likes to be in. So Virgo may take the slack for that, but it's still way better than any other sign. Mercury loves to be in air signs. You know what I'm saying? It's just here though. If you got Mercury in Aquarius, you may not ever listen to someone else, but because you're too busy talking. So you may not never even slow down to hear another person's perception because you're too busy kicking your own perception. Then when someone else trying to talk, you take offense to that, like they're trying to stop you from talking, where really they're just trying to relate. You know what I'm saying? See, this is Mercury and Aquarius people. This is something they have to learn. See, because here you got Aquarius. So you got uniqueness, you got the individual, but not the individual as far as like Aries, the individual where it could take pieces from other people's individuality and understand what is there to come. So it can play what's here to come in the future. As far as the Aries individuality is, they don't give a fuck about if someone gonna do it or not. They're gonna do it, period. Which the Aquarius, it's still the communication sign. So they have to see what others are doing before they come to a conclusion what's there to be in the future. And then that's where they can play that part in the here and now. Because air signs deal with the past, present, and the future. You know what I'm saying? So when you got that, and you got Uranus and all that shit, and Saturn, and you put that in Aquarius, now they're going to have good memory. So this is why this is one of the only air signs with Mercury in there that may dwell on the past. You know what I'm saying? Like other air signs is in the past, here and now in the future. Aquarius is more in the past and what's there to come. They like to create the future. They don't think too much about the future. They like to create the future. You know what I'm saying? So this is why a lot of times they be innovators of new things, because they like to bring new things into existence. But it's fixed, so it's stubborn. So any type of form of communication that this Mercury in Aquarius has is going to have it in a base of it's a fixed way. So it's going to say, this is what I know, so this is what you should be listening to. So anytime you try to oppose your opinion on a Mercury and Aquarius person, they're not going to take it as we're relating like the Libra air. It's not going to take it as we're building conversation like the Gemini air. It's going to take it as I see what you're trying to do, but you have to listen to me. This is my communication style, so you can't change it. And they're thinking things like this when a person is just trying to relate to them. But see, they don't like being cut off. They don't like being cut off when they're talking, especially when they're talking about something they like to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So you know something is wrong with an Aquarius when they're not talking. They're analyzing. When they're not talking, they're analyzing. Especially with the Mercury in Aquarius, they're analyzing. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you get you catch a quiet Mercury in Aquarius, they're analyzing. So be careful what you say, because they're sitting there pinpointing what you're saying, and they're gonna hold your word to everything that you're saying. They got good memory, and it's fixed. So it's stubborn in a way. So they're gonna think what they want to think anyway. So be careful what you say. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna hold that against you. So if you're around a Mercury and Aquarius person, and you're the type of person who will say a lot of things that you really don't mean, you're just a fast talker. They're fast talkers. So you can't out talk a fast talker. So and they're stubborn, stuck in their ways. So if they're quiet and they're analyzing your fast talking, they're gonna have a mental box that they're gonna put you in, and you're never gonna be able to get out of that box, no matter what you do. You can change your life, get baptized, give them 1,000 gifts. They're always gonna look at you the way they put you in that box in their head. They're not gonna change that. And when you do trying to come to them acting like you've changed or something like that, they're going to get even more detached. And they're going to create detachedness so you to get the fuck away from them. You know what I'm saying? They may not tell you to get the fuck away from them because they open arms type of people, but they show that detachedness so you can kind of think to yourself, because they deal with the abstract. So they hoping you think. They hoping you're using your brain. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't and you just keep coming on to them, they're gonna disappear on your ass. So they hoping you using your brain because they dealing with the air. So they hoping that you can kind of read that they don't want to fuck with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you make them communicate it, you're not gonna like what they have to say. You know what I'm saying? Now Mercury and Aquarius people, they very good at technologies and shit like that. They're very good at knowing what to do on the new phones. They're very good at you can see these people. They probably be the first to talk about trying to get a hoverboard or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Mercury and Aquarius people like to communicate about things that they know people is into. And so a lot of times they could come across as in search of something. Like they always in search of something. Like in search of friends, in search of people, in search of information. Which that's naturally the Aquarius archetype. In search of information. It's the informational sign. So when Mercury comes here, these people communicate like this. And they come off to others like they always in search. They always say, man, you see that new phone? Man, you see them new J's? Man, you see that girl's hair? That shit was sweet. Man. You know what I'm saying? They like to give off compliments. These are the people who like to write things for others. They'll do your homework if y'all was in school. You know what I'm saying? They'll help you out with your homework. These people, they don't mind that shit. They don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Mercury and Aquarius people, man, they very friendly. You know what I'm saying? But they know how to detach at the right time so you don't get too clingy. Because they don't like clinginess. And they will communicate it. They'll laugh and joke with you about that. And they'll roast you if you are a clingy person. You know what I'm saying? So they may not say nothing. They may get detached when it's a one-on-one. Remember, when I said the Mercury and Aquarius people, excuse me, when they get detached, they're analyzing. So be careful what you say. Because soon as y'all get around a crowd with the rest of y'all friends, they're going to speak about it. They're going to speak about everything you were saying, and that's when they're going to break it up. That's when they're going to bring it up. And all your friends going to be laughing at you because you told this Aquarius something when they was quiet, thinking that they're listening. Yeah, they're listening, but see, the one thing about air signs, they may come across two-faced, especially with the Geminis, but this is kind of all the air signs. They don't mean no harm about it. This is just their way of communicating. They think that's what you're supposed to do. So you may be having a one-on-one session with Aquarius, which a Mercury and Aquarius, which you should have did it with the Mercury and Libra. But if you had that Mercury and Aquarius friend, you thinking they listening to you, and they is listening to you. But they can't wait till y'all get around everybody else, because if you feel deeply about what you're talking about to them, you can forget about that. They don't attach. This is the thinkers. Earth and the air signs are the thinkers. So their feelings, how they feel about something, come through thinking about it first. The water and fire, it comes through how they feel about it first. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. You got to understand that. So you may be kicking some shit. You may be telling them you got roaches and rats and shit, and they just sitting there quiet. And they may say a couple words, but they more detached. You may be saying, man, I don't even want to go to sleep at my house because, man, it'd be roaches and shit like that and this, that, and this is an example. And man, it'd be roaches and shit like that. And they sitting there quiet. They may even cut you off to act like they ain't listen. You may be saying, man, I got rats, and in the middle of you saying rats, they may be like, damn, did you just see that shot? Dude just shot Steph Curry just made a shot from half court. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking that they ain't really hear what you was saying, like they watching the game. See, that's a communication style. As soon as y'all motherfuckers get around everybody, yeah, and remember you was telling me that you had roaches and rats and shit like that? Now everybody laughing at you and shit like, now you somewhere thinking like, nah, man, I don't remember telling you that, man, whatever like that. You wasn't even listening to me. I was just playing. Yeah, you think they wasn't listening to your ass, nigga. That's how y'all motherfuckers, hey, but it's all a lot of fun and games. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all love y'all motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of fun and games. I understand, because I understand all signs. But you know what I'm saying? Certain other signs may not understand. And you may do that to someone and piss them off. And they really may go home mad that they told you something. And you may have not ever felt that deeply about it because you thought about it. You just thought, it's just a thought. You know, it's just a thought. Air. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love y'all motherfuckers because y'all motherfuckers, y'all got the information. Y'all know what's going on around y'all surroundings. Y'all may act like y'all don't, but as soon as someone, especially Mercury and Aquarius, y'all act as if I'm not gonna give my opinion unless it's asked for it. but I'm gonna talk your ears off. So I understand, you know what I'm saying? And so y'all get the text, y'all still not gonna express y'all deep opinion about something, cause y'all like to keep it surface level and light, cause it's the air. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Air.